Hello, I'm Brian.
And I'm John, and this is the final presentation for our project we worked over the whole semester for Tripit. So we decided to conduct a hypothesis test on how people usually plan their trips. We realized that this is the main cause of stress when it comes to the vacation as a whole, and we realized in our survey that the more stressed or the less organized you plan your trip, the more stressful the trip becomes. And we also realized that planning the trip itself is also very frustrating at times. So we decided to come up with a service containing the three elements, which is the timing, the logistics, and also the sites. And we realized that in the market there's not really a service that actually does all these planning besides travel agency, but we decided to use data to generate our own product. So we realized that ultimately our service is more of a pain reliever for our customers than a gain creator. We understand that traveling is usually a happy thing. You're on vacation, you want to relax, but all these stressfulness, we just want to eliminate them to make you as happy as possible. So our value propositions is mostly based on simplifying everything for the consumer, simplifying the research by having all these sites grouped together, categorized based on your preferences, simplifying the planning system itself, showing basically how much time you want to spend in each location and try to organize it for the whole day, and also anticipate all these traffic and time interference disruptions.
So we figured out our problem is passive, so people don't usually think about this problem, but they always experience it. So our target customer is young and busy travelers. Because they are so busy, they're busy for school, for work, so busy, so they don't have time to spend on doing research and other stuff. Yeah, so this is our individual target customer. We also have another customer, which is the travel agency and other business. So we can sell our product to the travel agency to help them plan their trip better. Yes, and then this can minimize their costs. And we can also put some commercial on our websites. This is one of our major source of revenue. So we put a feature commercial for business such as restaurants, and we can put any other products. So basically every business is our potential customer.
So the key activity is the most time we spent throughout the semester in terms of our project. Simply because we have the problem, we have the solution, but we don't necessarily know how to bring out the solution. So at the end of the day, we came up with a day plan and pre-calculated time system to plan each day individually, and we based that off of the average time conducted from surveys and other sources of data. All these timing are based on preferences. We realized that at first we thought that average time as a whole is great, but in actuality, the standard deviation for that is a little too high, being an hour or so. So since every day is only 24 hours and you're probably only going out on a day for 12 hours or so at most, we realized that separating all these averages based on preferences is more, creates a smaller standard deviation. It's a little more accurate for everyone. And all these sites' recommendation are also based on preferences. We realized that, as much as everyone wants to see, for example, San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, but some people aren't necessarily interested in Palace or Fine Arts or Fisherman's Wharf. And another key pivot we had in this process is we also realized that during spring break we gave three of our friends a sample sheet of schedule, and we asked them to follow it. It's really hard for them to follow 100% because since all these times are based on logistics at that time, so not traffic hour as an example, it's really difficult for them to follow if they're not finished with one side or another. So after that, we essentially developed a essentially developed a system to have the time you want to spend minus the logistics time, as well as the average time you would spend on each site. That way it'll give you more free time to move around here and there.
As John said, we can collect data from later on. So our cost structure would be initial data collection for the first year. This cost is assumed to be a lot higher than usual, since we can collect data from our users later on. And another cost would be develop the product, such as website and phone application. Yeah, and this is one of our major costs. I do some research. This might cost like $200,000. And also you have to do the maintenance of the website and application, and that's about like another part of our costs. And of course we have to let people know we have this new product coming up. We have to do some commercial, advertisement. So we plan to advertise through Google and other social media, and this is one of our major costs as well.
So ultimately, we need to reach out to the market, since we're a relatively unknown company right now. And of course, the biggest way to market our brand is through social media. But which type of social media? We realized that it's more important for us to have visuals of vacation and how people are enjoying their vacations more so than text. So specifically social media, we have Facebook, of course. We would try to focus on Instagram as well, and Pinterest, since all these are picture-related social media, as well as all the standard advertisements through Google and related travel sites at the time. And of course, since we are an app, we would use the App Store as a channel to expose ourselves. As far as the business goes, since we are trying to put our product into as a licensed product for business travel agencies and alternative travels, we would reach out to them personally and then have them spread slowly spread out as we reach more locations.
And once once people get to know us, people just can spread our company by word of mouth. People tell other people this is a good product, and then we can reduce our costs on the commercial and stuff.
So essentially what we learned in class wasn't really each topic specifically, but trying to look at things in different perspective. We really, as far as customer goes, we know what type of people we want, but we never knew how we specified what type of problems they're experiencing, how important they are. Realizing that our product is more of a solution to passive questions, and all the whole business model canvas and stuff gives us a better picture of what we're trying to create.
We also realized, actually go to ask people the real questions. It's really important. Just thinking the question in your head. You don't know what people think about. If you ask people what do they like, what do they not like, to test your hypothesis, is a really good way. It's a really good way to test whether or not your product will be success or not.
And as much as Brian and I love this project itself, we realized that without the skill, it's pretty impossible to happen. So like we talked about in the last class, the second to last class actually, is we would try to put this in the entrepreneurship style, put it in other companies, and try to expand our idea throughout.
Thank you very much for this semester. It's really eye-opening. I really enjoyed it.
It was very tough, but it was very it's a very great experience.
Thank you.